everyone, Liam Catterson here, and we're back with RWBY Volume 6, with episode 9 of Lost. I think it's funny, I think a few of us thought that RWBY would break on the 29th of December, but it broke on the 21st instead, and I think that's got something to do with the fact that we assumed this was going to be 14 episodes, but Kerry confirmed that it was going to be 13 to avoid the whole Genlock thing coming in later in January. But this is episode number 9 of Volume 6, which is called Lost, which could have another meaning as we go along the episode, but we know following the last episode that Oscar has gone missing, considering the kerfuffle that he had with Jaune in the last episode when Jaune, Nora and Ren were told about we're told basically everything regarding what went down in episode 3 with Team RWBY finding out about Salem and Oz's past. So yeah, and Jaune, who has lost Pyrrha, who, feels like she died for nothing and, has been hurt major. I mean, they've all been pretty much hurt with, what happened at Beacon and all of that, but Jaune, with that connection with Pyrrha, he felt it the most, and he took the news really, really hard. And so so much so that he accused Oscar of being like a spy for Ozpin. So you do feel so much for Oscar at this point, because like a couple of volumes ago, he was just like this innocent farm boy who, did nothing wrong. Well, he did nothing. He's still done nothing wrong to this day, but, he didn't ask for this. And, you just feel so bad for him now that, all of this complication with Oz's past has been thrown in, and it's like, crying out loud, give me a break. And so he's gone missing. So I just hope that nothing bad comes of this, but I have a worrying feeling that one of the enemies, could confront him. I read somewhere that, Hazel could potentially confront him again, considering, he bumped into Oscar at the train station back in Volume 4. And then we had him confront Oscar in Volume 5 with the knowledge that this was Oz now in Oscar's body. So, that could be a potential, but I'm still holding onto that worrying feeling that Adam could show up, considering we're at Volume 9 now, so that will be like 4 episodes left after this week. So, and he's got to show up at some point. That's my feeling, but who knows? I could be wrong. And, Oscar could just, I don't know, tuck himself away in the barn, sobbing in a corner. Not that I don't blame him, because, like I said, this whole pressure is absolutely crazy and overwhelming. And like I said, Oscar didn't ask for this, and you just feel so bad for him. But I hope that's the outcome rather than, one of the enemies just confronts him, because Oscar doesn't need any more kerfuffles along the line. Just, he needs a hug at this point. Because he didn't deserve what Jaune did. But like I said, Jaune's gonna be feeling the worst, considering, what happened at Beacon and all of that, and, learning that Salem can't be killed. That's the key word. She can be defeated in other means, but killed may be a bit of a stretch, but that doesn't mean that she can't be brought down. So, yeah, but I think, given everything, Jaune, you even saw back in Volume 5, Jaune was ready to kill Cinder. So, that's the one thing, racing on his mind. Kill Salem, especially with what happened at Beacon. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how, this does go down. I'm hoping Oscar's safe. So with that said, let's just pray. Just pray, because like I said, he needs to be in a barn or somewhere comfortable. Or what I actually read, I know I'm rambling on a bit, but what I actually read was that, and I really like this idea a lot, despite, how Crow feels currently, that Oscar, Crow confronts Oscar, them two at the bar or whatever, Volume 4, whatever. I don't know. I really, really like that idea, because at the minute, Oscar needs some kind of retrieval. Ozpin, but Oscar, is feeling the brunt of this, so I'm just, really worried for the young. I mean, of course, he's missing. You ought to be worried, but like I said, with the potential dangers out there. So with that said, let's just delve right into episode number 9 of Volume 6 of RWBY. This is Lost. Let's go. Oh.
I hate being kept in the dark like this.
Yeah, Cinder was a pain, but at least she kept us filled in.
Can I ask you something?
You're gonna.
Yes, no point.
Why did you come with us? The night Cinder and I found you.
Why are you asking?
Just answer the question.
Just made sense.
It made sense.
All my life, my father trained me to be a killer, an assassin.
Oh.
And then moments after I killed
Mercury
him,
sucks.
you two showed up looking for someone with my exact skills.
Ooh.
Just felt like it was meant to be.
Fate.
That's it?
Hey, what's your problem?
I mean, there has to be something you want from this, right?
Emerald
Salem's
stinging
promised
deep.
us everything. We win this thing for her, we'll be top dogs in her new world. What more do you want?
These things are testing for Emerald.
Cinder was the only family I ever had. She cared about me, taught me things. But without her here,
There we go, she's feeling
I
lost.
don't know if what we're doing...
Wake up already. Cinder doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about either of us.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
You're in denial. And if you're
Anyone
gonna
else
start having
feeling a bit
crisis of
bad for
identity or some
Emerald?
crap, get me out of it.
Oh! It's real training in
I'm
there,
sorry
Mercury.
you didn't have a mommy that loved you, but I had a father who hated me. He never went easy.
Shit.
Every day of training was a beating. And when I unlocked my semblance, he stole it with his. This is a crutch. This makes you weak.
Holy
Told
crap.
me I could have it back when I was strong.
Damn,
So
his
I
father
got
was a
strong.
complete dick.
But I never got it back. I've had to work harder than anyone to get where I am. You may not like it here without Cinder, but I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, man. That power. Damn, I absolutely loving Mercury's story.
Yes, the world is mean, and I'm a big bad man now, just like the others.
How long have you
My
been standing
goodness.
All you ever learned was pain and violence, and now you're too afraid to leave it. Such a tragedy.
there? You don't know me.
Well, the world. Oh, damn. I was gonna say the world he grew up in has been shit.
I want to tell you both a little secret. Your question is all wrong.
What?
What do you want from this? Children, please. If you're not loving what you're doing, then you're in the wrong field.
So what? Are you saying we should just leave?
Yeah, I don't think
No,
that's
no,
gonna
no,
be an
no,
option.
You can't do that.
Then what did you come here for?
Rephrase the
To
question.
say farewell. There's been a change in plans. Her Grace must act swiftly if we are to prevail. If General Ironwood comes to his senses and calls upon aid from Vacuo, all may be lost for us. And so the good doctor and I are being sent to Atlas to
Oh, boy.
prepare.
Oh no!
Prepare
Come
for
on.
what?
Tyrion! It's time.
Ooh.
Do what makes you
prepare.
happy, children. Please. I'm begging you.
I absolutely love him. But I guess that's the psychotic
Oscar!
nature of villains. Do what makes you feel happy.
Oscar!
And for Tyrion,
city's enormous.
he enjoys this
He could've
shit.
gone anywhere.
Yay! Good for
All
him.
my fault. I overreacted.
I still don't really understand what happened. Was it about the mission?
It's kind of hard to talk about.
I know.
Yeah,
I
Saffron,
know.
you might want to talk to Jaune about
Did he
the hole in the
do
wall.
something wrong?
Just
No, he didn't. We just got some new information, and it's going to be a lot harder than we thought.
I mean, if it was easy, then it wouldn't be important, right?
I think we're all just a bit unsure of what to do next.
You could stay in Mistral, get your licenses at Haven, and come back to Argus. There's a lot of good you can do here. I know
Good
your
on
mission
Saffron.
is important, but it's not like you're the only ones who can do it. It's not the only mission that needs doing.
She might have a
It's
point.
not that simple.
They again, so does Jaune.
I should go pick up Adrian from daycare. I'll let Tara know what's happened, and we'll meet you later. Good luck.
Has she scolded Jaune, by the way?
Hey,
kidding.
there's a cafe over there. Why don't we get something to warm up?
I'm okay. You two go on ahead.
You don't want anything?
At least Jaune's admitted to his mistakes, though.
We'll be right back.
Redora, Redora, Redora. Let's focus on Redora, please. Autumn leaf, fall. Like the fall maiden. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Come on. Oh no. Oh no.
Some people fall in love for life, others never get it right. Love's fickle,
Oh.
it cold.
It's heartbreaking.
One thing that I know for sure, longer than our lives
It's really beautiful, isn't it?
you're my forever.
Wait.
Yeah. Why here?
She trained here. Sanctum Academy. Everyone was crushed when she chose Beacon over
That's-
Haven. No one wanted to see her go, but
Is she
it was
oh
where
my
she
god.
wanted to be. I'm just glad she was surrounded by such amazing people.
Oh my god.
She
is-
should be standing here.
This is a relative, isn't
She
it?
is.
It's Pyrrha in disguise.
She understood that she had a responsibility.
Oh.
I don't think she would regret her choice, because a huntress would understand that there really wasn't a choice to make. And a huntress is what she always wanted to be.
Oh my god.
Pyrrha never got the chance to graduate, but she was a huntress.
Thank you.
Jaune?
Done. I'm done. I'm freaking done. She's just. Oh my god, who. Oh my god, that was
Jaune, why did you-
powerful. This is heartbreaking. I know, I don't
I'm
like
sorry.
this. I don't like this.
I've been a terrible leader. And a terrible friend, and
Jaune, this has to stop.
We heard what you said to Cinder at Haven. You're not being fair to yourself. We love you, just like we loved Pyrrha. We're teammates. Family.
We don't want to lose you two.
I think she knew she wasn't going to win. That she might not come out alive. But she also knew she was the only one that could try.
So she did.
Maybe we should too.
Never give up the fight, no matter how impossible it might seem.
Pyrrha may not be by our side anymore, but we can fight like she is.
And in a way, she will be.
We should check back in at the house. Come on.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Why are you doing this to me? Oh my god. So...
I've never seen him this bad.
I don't know, was she... Oh...
Come on, let's get him up.
Was she like... her mother was...
Why am I
I'm assuming so with the way she talked about
Probably because no one's home, Uncle Crow. We've been out looking for Oscar.
Oscar?
I'm sure this looks great to the neighbors.
Man,
No.
oh...
You?
Don't worry. We aren't going to Atlas without him.
We?
John's buckled up. And he's ready to kick ass, no
Sorry,
matter
we
how...
won't be staying.
No, you're not.
How about we get out of the cold?
Oh, I was wondering when you'd get back.
Hey, Oscar! Oh!
Oscar!
Whoa! What the hell? Oscar's looking dope!
You had us worried sick. Are you okay?
What are you wearing?
Is something cooking?
Oh, yeah, I thought maybe you guys would appreciate a hot meal after spending all day looking for me, apparently.
Oh.
It's my fault we were all out there in the first place. Oscar, I am so sorry for earlier. I was way out of line, and what I said...
No, it's okay.
You can understand the emotions, though, but like I said, at
These
least
past
he's
few days,
owning up to his
I've
mistakes.
been scared of the same things you were. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be me, but I did some thinking, and I do know that I want to do everything I can to help with whatever time I have left.
Oh
Good.
my god, no, come on.
This
Why
pain
are we
isn't the
breaking
same
our
without you,
hearts?
The casserole!
We're
Oh,
on it, Chef.
goodness.
Combat gear looks good.
He looks dope! Oh, Crow. Now he needs a
Where
hook.
are you going now?
I don't want to get in the way of your celebration.
You've been gone all day. Just sit with us.
Come on, Crow. Come on.
Look, Ruby, I'm glad you kids worked out, whatever all that was. But the fact is, we're not a single step closer to Atlas.
Actually, I think I have an idea. But it's sort of a no going back kind of idea.
Well, let's hear it.
First step forward.
With Cordo on watch, only Atlas airships have the clearance to leave for Solitas. So, we steal an Atlas airship.
Oh!
That's not just breaking the law. That's definitely worse. How would we even get onto the airfield?
Well, it's an option, isn't it?
Part I haven't quite figured out yet.
But we
But
can...
I was...
Okay, stop. Just stop. Look, if this thing goes south, it's not something we can just fight our way out of. This is the Atlas military we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a risk, isn't it?
For your sake, just drop this.
It's an option at least, but...
I want to hear him out.
Go on, Ruby!
Ruby.
I want to hear him out. I know you're trying to protect us, that you're afraid we can't do it, but right now, I don't really care what you think.
Holy shit!
Just because you don't have an idea doesn't mean we're out of options. Oz hasn't been here to tell us what to do, but we still managed to get this far anyway. We've been in bad situations before, and we didn't need an adult to come save us or tell us what to do. We just did it our way.
My lord, go RWBY!
And I say we do it our way.
Go on, RWBY. I mean, I love Crow, but...
And if you think you can
like I
keep
said,
up
it's
with
an
us
option.
kids, we'd be happy to have you.
RWBY has just been fabulous.
Looks like you didn't give her enough credit either.
Yeah, Crow just needs... I mean, I know he's been on... What's he gonna decide on? I know he's been on this path to give up, but... Oh, man. Holy shit, that was emotional. What did we do to deserve this, RWBY? Oh my god. I mean, not just the Pyrrha memorial, but seeing a relative of Pyrrha's there, you just had a feeling, the red hair and that, and I think that was Jen Brown as well, so I need a hug. I need a hug. I need a hug. I need a hug. So yeah, first I want to comment that I do love the new tail that Tyrion has, as you know, we got a good look in the credits. I mean, I think it was floating around in the episode itself, but we got a better look at it. It seems like it's got more armor plating. It's got armor plating on, so now, you know, that can't be sliced off. Which bodes well for Atlas, which I'm really looking forward to seeing Watts and Tyrion in action there. So yeah, there was that. But oh my lord, that episode, there's a bit of string on me, but whatever. This episode absolutely was crushing. Yeah, I did tear up at the obvious scene. The obvious. No, honestly, that was just, I mean, I think the crushing thing was seeing that memorial of Pyrrha, which, you know, we'll always get to us, especially seeing Jaune there. But it was even worse when a relative of Pyrrha showed up and, you know, reminded Jaune about, you know, no matter how hard things would get for Pyrrha, she would always try it, because she always wanted to be a huntress. And, you know, it's great that, you know, she is giving inspiration to Jaune, regarding the fact that, you know, she knows that, she knows of her passing, and, you know, Jaune's in a difficult place at the minute. Oh, awesome. And sorry, I'm just checking some information because I got delivered a parcel and I was hoping it wasn't fan mail because I didn't want to open that prematurely. And yeah, it's just something for myself on my PS4. But yeah, I digress. Yeah, it was very, very emotional seeing that, you know, talk, that discussion, and that scene overall, because I really liked the contribution of the Fall Leaf as well, like a ghost of Pyrrha leading Jaune to the statue, and then to her mother, potentially sister, niece, who knows? No, I think it's her mother. I think I don't think I can't say it. Fuck it. I don't think it outright said who, that woman was, but we know it was definitely a relative of Pyrrha's. And, you know, the way she talked about Pyrrha, it was like, you know, I don't know, it kind of had some motherly vibes, so and I think that, you know, would, you know, resonate so much considering, you know, Pyrrha and Jaune, Arcus, yeah. So I really like the idea that that was her mother there. So yeah, it was just really, really, emotional. It was emotional. Actually, does the credits say? I didn't have a clear look because I was just, you know, talking about how emotional that episode was. So, Just scrolling through, just seeing Tyrion's tail, which is not something you'd expect to say. Here we go. Just, okay, there. Red-haired woman. She's classed as the red-haired woman. So, even the show's not giving... I think what the crwby are trying to do is make of that as you will. Kind of like Doctor Who, End of Time, the woman. They don't explicitly... I can't say it again. They don't outright say who the woman is, but they leave it open to fan interpretation. So I think that's what the crwby are doing. Even though the woman played a big part to the Doctor's life, it seemed, by the Doctor's reaction. I think Russell said who it was supposed to be, but he basically said, but the fans can decide whatever they want. So I think that's what the crwby are doing with red-haired woman Jen Brown. Who, mother, sister, you decide. Daughter from a parallel timeline, yeah. No, that was a really emotional moment, and I think it's going to get to a lot of us. I mean, if Remembrance really got to us, then this will get to you, especially considering we see we hear Jen Brown once again talking to Jaune. Giving that hope, giving Jaune what he needs, because I think he really needed that, considering he felt hopeless, and learning that no matter how difficult things would get, Pyrrha would always try. Just because it's impossible doesn't mean you should give up. And I really, really loved that discussion, and how it came from someone from Pyrrha's family, so it was just really, really beautiful. RWBY's speech to Crow, though, absolutely shutting his shit down. I mean, I love Crow as much as the next person. He's one of my favourite characters of RWBY, but holy shit, he needed to be told, and thank God RWBY told him, because I think Jaune's plan does work, especially if we get to see Ironwood. Like, Ironwood could get involved in that in some capacity, whether, I have no idea how, but, I honestly think, it might be a bit risky, but I think it might be a decent idea. I just love the, fact, though, that, Adrian laughed as well, when, Jaune discussed his plan. It was just really, really great stuff to see. But I mean, it's so funny how, Crow's saying, hey, we don't, you don't want to mess with Atlas, military and that, but, he was basically goading them in his first appearance, wasn't he? So, yeah. No, I really like the fact that RWBY actually got that inspirational speech to Crow. And if anything, Jaune's idea is an idea, whereas Crow, is just shutting down, ideas that, I don't know how to explain it, but he doesn't feel certain with the plan, so he's feeling a bit hopeless, and he has done this season, so he feels like the plan is risky, there's no point in trying, because of that hopeless feeling. And I really, really love the fact that RWBY just stood up and, with Jaune passing on the, inspirational speech by Mama Pyrrha, not confirmed, RWBY has learned, it's best to try than not try at all. And, it was just a really, really beautiful speech. I just absolutely loved that. And I'm really loving how RWBY is absolutely nailing it this season in terms of a leader. Like, I really think the crwby have done a fantastic job in terms of, adding this layer of responsibility to RWBY's character, this leadership skill, this character that, is making hard calls, putting her foot down, everything. But as well, she's still trying to learn as a character herself. Going back to the last episode, especially when, she is wanting to know more about, her silver eyes. I think RWBY has, of course she started the show, but my favorite characters are, Yang and Crow. But honestly, I think RWBY has been my favourite character this volume due to the fact that she has had so many moments where she has, you know, been a leader. Like, she's put her foot down and she's absolutely done, you know, an incredible job in terms of, you know, decisions and, speeches, motivations, etc., etc. And, you know, some of the speeches that Lindsay has delivered has been absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, whenever, you know, I don't know, I feel really excited whenever Lindsay does give off a motivational speech or something like that. Going back to Red versus Blue, when, you know, she appeared in that, she had an absolutely phenomenal speech there. But this season, it's shown so much, like her character has shown so much, and you know, the direction RWBY's gone in has absolutely been incredible, so I absolutely loved that moment from RWBY. And I absolutely loved, you know, everyone reuniting. Oscar, like I said, looking dope, but again, our hearts are getting crushed because it seems like by the end of this volume, Oscar's gonna go. Especially with how Ozpin has been hiding himself this volume, I have a feeling that that Oz is as well as, you know, what has been unfolded with his story with Salem, he's giving Oscar that amount of time, and I do feel like at the end of volume 6, Oscar's going to basically perish. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. But just the way he worded it was just emotional. I'm thinking it's also got something to do along the lines of like the emotion getting to us. Like, we just come off that moment with Pyrrha's mum. But it's not comfortable to hear anyways. But I think, you know, the emotions are just a bit stronger considering we just had that scene. And yeah, but like I said, Oscar's looking absolutely sick. So yeah, so Jaune's plan with stealing a shuttle, I'm really excited to see how that goes down. I do have a feeling it will backfire a bit, and then Crow's going to have this "I told you so" moment, and then I don't know, Ironwood potentially saves the day or something like that, because I do have a feeling he's going to make an appearance in some capacity, especially with how he's been mentioned this season. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And then we got the introduction with Emerald. Not really sure where her loyalties lie. Especially, you know, her questioning, you know, what's the purpose in what we're doing? And, you know, with Cinder out the picture, she's got nothing to rely on. And then Mercury's just like, yeah, but let's just do this anyways. I really, really loved the story about how his father was a complete bastard as well. Like, it seemed like Mercury definitely did have a very, very uncomfortable upbringing. Especially with, you know, Tyrion's comments, which I really, really loved. Tyrion, you know, kind of looking out for both Emerald and Mercury, saying, you know what, you guys do you. So, yeah, but I'm just passing off this advice before me and Watts goes to Atlas. So yeah, but I absolutely love, you know, that first bit. Like I said, Emerald, you know, not in a comfortable place, and we've been feeling that ever since, you know, Cinder had a downfall moment, that there might be a moment of like reconsideration potentially, maybe, but, you know, there would be a change for Emerald considering she's lost her light, I guess, with Cinder. And we saw that, you know, a bit more exploited during this episode, where she was questioning the purpose of being a part of Salem's group, at this point. So yeah. And like I said, Mercury's story, like trying to deflect Emerald's worries, was just really, really great. So yeah, and I'm really excited to see where things go. Given Tyrion's little pep talk, so yeah, and I'm just loving his character so much at this point. So yeah, but honestly, that was a really, really emotional, fantastic episode. I absolutely loved it. The crwby, again, with Volume 6, they're doing a fantastic job, and I honestly think Volume 6 might be my favourite episode, might be my favourite volume of the entire RWBY at this point, and now we've got like 4 episodes to go. I'm very, very excited to see how they do handle those final 4 episodes. Because with RWBY, you know, they do, like, the final 4 episodes, I guess, have, you know, been a big focus. Like, they've upped the ante as you do with your finales, I guess. And like I said, with Volume 6 being looking to be my favourite, I'm really excited to see what they do, especially with Tyrion and Watt. So this is going to be absolute fun. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Very emotional, very heartbreaking. I'm going to cry now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check the videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my YouTube Pizza channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!